Hello everyone and welcome back to me, Shiva Wilson, and my channel which is all about legalising adult use cannabis in the UK. Now today I've got some superhero action for you, continuing with the theme of injecting cannabis into popular culture. Now I'll just say that I'm not sure this fan fiction really makes any good points for legalisation. In fact, it might well be a bit prohibitionist in tone, but it's good fun nonetheless. It could be said to be showing off the demonisation of cannabis in a more literal, personified light. Basically, there's a new supervillain in town who uses cannabis to enhance his powers, and the superheroes have to stop him. So, here's a fun and imaginative script featuring Superman, Neo, the Hulk, Iron Man, Batman, and Thor, discussing the new supervillain in a world where cannabis legalisation is a hot topic. So, here we go. The scene opens in a dimly lit underground meeting room where our superheroes are gathered around a futuristic holographic display showing news of the latest supervillain's rampage. Superman says gravely, "It seems like this new villain is causing chaos like never before, and word on the streets is that he's using cannabis to enhance his powers." Neo says, looking at the holographic display with a determined expression, "I can see how cannabis could amplify his abilities within the Matrix. We need to act fast before his influence spreads further." The Hulk, pounding his fists together, "Hulk smash! Villain think he's strong with cannabis? Hulk will show him real power!" Iron Man, adjusting his suit's mechanism, "I've been analysing the composition of the cannabis he's using. It's a potent strain with enhanced properties. We need to find out who's supplying him." Batman, stepping out of the shadows, "I've been investigating the criminal underworld. Rumour has it that..." Wait a minute, let me try and get my Batman voice right. "Rumour has it that a drug cartel is behind the distribution of this special cannabis. We need to track them down." That's better, yeah. Thor, gripping Mjolnir. "The villain's actions threaten the peace of the Nine Realms. I shall bring forth the thunder and lightning to put an end to his mischief." Superman, nodding in agreement. "We each have our strengths and resources. Let's work together to stop this villain and his cannabis-fueled rampage before more harm is done." The superheroes exchange determined looks, ready to take on the new threat and uphold justice in their unique ways. And scene. New scene. The underground meeting room continued. The atmosphere is charged with tension and resolve as the superheroes prepare to strategize against the new villain who is causing chaos with his enhanced powers. The holographic display flickers and highlights reports of his crimes, ranging from bank heists to confrontations with law enforcement. Superman, looking around the table. "We need to gather intelligence on this supervillain, understanding how he's sourcing his cannabis. If we can find out where he's getting his power, we might know how to counteract it." Neo's self-focused. "Once we understand the source, I can go into the Matrix and see if we can disrupt his operations from within. If he thinks he's invincible, we can shatter that illusion." Iron Man, taking notes on a holographic pad. "I'll track down his suppliers. I can use my resources at Stark Industries to create a tracking device for the cannabis. Once we have that, we can cut off his supply chain." The Hulk, grinning. "Hulk want to smash! Why not go directly after villain? Make him scared of us." Batman says calmly, "We need to stay strategic. Rushing in could reveal our plans. Hulk, watch your temper. We need to lure him into a trap instead." Thor, nodding with enthusiasm. "A direct confrontation may be inevitable, but I believe a well-laid plan will give us the upper hand. We can draw him out, and I shall be ready to unleash the storm upon him." Just realised that Hulk has an English accent. Duh. Anyway, as the plan begins to take shape, a sudden notification alerts everyone on the holographic display. A new news report flashes. "Chaos erupts in the city square. Villain spotted." Superman, acting quickly. "It looks like he's at the city square. We need to mobilize now. Everyone, let's be ready to let's take the fight to him." The heroes stand up, each gearing up with their unique abilities and technology. And scene. New one. City square, minutes later. The bustling city square is now chaotic. People are screaming and the ground shakes as the supervillain, a towering figure clad in dark armor, laughs maniacally. He holds a massive joint-like weapon, unleashing clouds of smoke that disorient the crowd. The supervillain booming. No one can stop me! With this cannabis, I am unstoppable! Feel the power of my green haze! Neon lights flash and pulse with every movement he makes, amplifying his influence over the crowd, who are entranced and bewildered. Superman taking flight. Whoosh. Let's move! We need to save those people first! As Superman soars into action, the others find their places. Iron Man activates his thrusters, flying high to gain a tactical advantage. Iron Man over the comms. I'll take to the skies and create a distraction. Everyone else, close in. Thor raises Mjolnir, summoning a storm. Clouds swirl above as lightning flickers, ready to strike. By the power of Asgard, I shall cleanse this place of his taint. The Hulk, filled with energy and adrenaline, charges forward, creating a path through the haze of smoke. He leaps and lands with a thunderous crash on the villain, momentarily stunning him. Hulk says, Hulk smash! As the Hulk engages, Batman uses the shadows to sneak up behind and deploys a viral disruptor he designed to negate the cannabis effects on the crowd. Batman says firmly, Hold on tight, everyone. This will disperse the smoke. He activates the device, producing a wave that begins clearing the area of the intoxicating haze, returning clarity to the befuddled citizens. Meanwhile, Neo taps into the digital landscape, manipulating the energy waves to create a shield surrounding the crowd. Wow, wow, wow. Let's protect the people and cut off his powers. Now, prepare to redirect his energy back at him. The supervillain, still disorientated, focuses powers on the Hulk, but finds his strength diminished by Batman's device and Neo's shield. The supervillain shouting angrily, What's happening? You can't stop me! Superman landing near the supervillain. Together, we can. You're not invincible, and we won't let you harm anyone else. The combined strength of the heroes overwhelms the villain. Finally, Thor combines his lightning with the Hulk's raw power and Superman's might, creating a powerful, focused strike that knocks the joint-like weapon from the villain's hand. Scene conclusion. Aftermath in the city square. As the chaos subsides, the villain is apprehended. Superman uses his heat vision to disable the weapon completely, while Batman secures the area. Iron Man, landing with a smirk. Looks like your cannabis-induced powers didn't save the day, did they? The Hulk standing tall and panting. Hulk happy. Bad guy not win. Superman says, looking at the citizens returning to safety. Let's ensure that this kind of power never falls into the wrong hands again. We need to educate everyone on how dangerous it can be when misused. Neo says. And we have to address the underlying issues that lead to villainy in the first place. Thor nodding vigorously. A fair proposal, for the strength of the many lies in our unity. As the sun sets over the city, the heroes gather, each reflecting on their unique contributions to the victory. Superman raises a hand in solidarity. Superman says, Together we stand strong. Let's remain vigilant and continue protecting this world from threats, no matter how they come. The scene fades out as the group walks away, bathed in the warm glow of the sun, ready to face whatever challenges come next, with wisdom, strength, and a little bit of laughter along the way. Roll credits. Like I said, it comes off as having a bit of a prohibitionist view, with cannabis being painted as the bad guy causing damage. Perhaps I shall create another script where cannabis is the superpower that saves the day. What do you think? Well, I think it's still quite a fun idea anyway. Supervillains with cannabis powers. Is this what the government is afraid of? If they legalize it, they'll create supervillains? Well, you'd be forgiven for thinking that, as the rhetoric is always that cannabis is dangerous. Cannabis is dangerous. Cannabis is dangerous. Anyway, stay tuned. The next video will be fan fiction for the show Supernatural, featuring weed. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Shiva Wilson, and we've been campaigning to legalise adult use cannabis in the UK. Subscribe to help us legalise it. Good night.